You've probably heard about the AI gold rush, right? Well, some companies are digging for the gold, but others, they're selling the picks and shovels. Today, we're going to look at one of the biggest shovel sellers out there, Arista Networks. We're cracking open their latest SEC filing to see what's really behind their incredible boom. I mean, think about it. This massive explosion in AI, all that insane processing power, all that data flying around, it doesn't just happen in some magical cloud. It has to travel somewhere, on something. So the big question is, who's actually building the ultra-high-speed roads for this new AI superhighway?
Well, it turns out one of the main construction crews on that job is Arista Networks. And we're going straight to the source to figure out what makes them tick, their official quarterly report. This is the real story, right from the company itself. So, first things first. What is the engine behind all this growth? I mean, what's really pushing Arista forward? The report makes it absolutely crystal clear. It's not just some minor trend. It is a full-blown technological revolution.
And here you go, this is a quote straight from management. The rise of things like generative AI is creating this just insatiable hunger for networks that can handle unbelievable scale and speed. We're not just talking about faster internet for you and me. This is a completely different kind of network built for a new era of computing.
Okay, so here's the secret sauce. Modern AI needs thousands, literally thousands of powerful processors, or GPUs, to all work together as one giant brain. Arista's job is to build the super-fast nervous system that connects them all, what they call the switching fabric. You can think of it like the most efficient traffic control system imaginable, making sure all those expensive chips are constantly busy and not just sitting around waiting for data. All right, so that's the story they're telling, but, talk is cheap. Do the numbers actually back it up? Let's dive into the financials and see how this whole AI story translates into actual dollars and cents. And wow, the top line number is a massive $2.31 billion. And remember, that's not for a year. That's just for one 3-month quarter. It's a huge figure. That just shows you the sheer scale of the demand they're trying to meet. But what's maybe even more impressive is the growth. That $2.3 billion is a 27.5% jump from the very same quarter last year. This isn't slow and steady. This is what happens when you hit the accelerator, because you're right in the middle of a technology wave like AI. It's rapid, explosive growth. So where's all this business coming from? Well, the chart makes it pretty obvious. It is overwhelmingly coming from the Americas. The filing shows that the U.S. market is really the epicenter of this whole AI infrastructure build-out, making up the lion's share of their revenue. Now, a company in this position can't just rest on its laurels, right? So what's Arista doing with all this cash and success? Well, the filing points to 2 really big bets they're making to keep this momentum going strong.
So the first bet has to do with something called Cloud WAN. The simplest way to think about it is like a private, super smart express lane for all of a company's data. It connects their offices, their data centers, and all their different cloud services together in a really slick, secure way. And Arista is jumping into this space with both feet. They dropped $300 million in cash to buy a company called VeloCloud. This is a big strategic move for them. It helps them expand beyond their core data center business and into the wider network that connects a whole company. And their second big move? It's all about confidence. The board gave the green light for a new, get this, $1.5 billion stock buyback program. This is basically the company investing in itself. It's management putting their money where their mouth is and saying, we think our future is so bright, our own stock is the best place to put this cash. Okay, but it can't all be smooth sailing, right? No business story is ever that simple. And to be fair, Arista is pretty open in their filing about the potential challenges ahead. So let's take a look at the things that are probably keeping their executives up at night. The filing really highlights 3 major risks. First up, they rely heavily on just a few massive customers, the cloud titans. Second, the competition is absolutely fierce. They're going toe-to-toe with giants like Cisco and even the chip king, NVIDIA. And third, the global supply chain is a constant headache. They depend on single suppliers for some critical parts, which makes them really vulnerable to any disruption. Let's just double-click on that first risk for a second, the cloud titan problem. In 2024, 2 customers, just 2, Microsoft and Meta, made up 35% of all their revenue.
Now, that's a classic double-edged sword. It's amazing when those companies are spending billions. But it also means that if just one of them decides to change their plans or cut back, it could have a huge impact on Arista's bottom line.
So let's pull all of this together. What's the final word here? When you look at the whole picture, the growth, the strategy, the risks, it all boils down to one thing: a high-stakes race. The story of Arista really is the story of this AI gold rush. They aren't the ones mining for the AI gold. Nope, they're selling the essential tools, the picks and shovels, the networking gear that everybody else needs to do the digging. And that is a fantastic place to be. But as we've seen, that territory is getting really crowded, and it's full of some very powerful and dangerous competitors.
And that really leaves us with the big final question. The demand for AI is exploding. That's not up for debate. The real battle, the one that companies like Arista are fighting right now, is over who will get to build the fundamental foundation for all of it. And believe me, whoever wins that race is going to be shaping the future of technology for a long, long time to come.